Today I'm going to show you how to remove a keycap from a laptop. Sometimes you need to remove it to, let's say, clean a little spill of the soda, or just because one of the keycap isn't working. And when you do that, you might find out that the laptop you are working on has a tricky system to replace the keyboard. In some laptops like this one, it is pretty easy. There are things here, and here, and maybe a few screws underneath it that will allow you to remove the keyboard and replace it pretty quickly. With the other laptops, you would need to take apart pretty much the whole laptop to replace the keyboard, or even you would need to find a whole palm rest that will include the keyboard and that you would need to replace it. And if only one button, for example this one, is not working, you don't want to replace the whole keyboard, whole palm rest, and take apart the whole laptop. All what's needed to be done is to remove the keycap and take it and clean it up after that. So in order to clean it, you would need to remove the keycap, and I will show you how I usually do that. There are a few keycap systems that but they are all initially the same. They just differently positioned. The most popular one is the one with the scissor mechanism and the rubber spring in the middle. And all you need to do, you need to pop up a keycap first, and that's what scares people, that you might break it, and it's true, sometimes you can break it. So here what I'm gonna take is this flat thin screwdriver, and I will stick it in underneath a keycap a little bit, pull even the keycap a little bit with my finger, and stick it inside, somewhere in the middle. By doing so, you might already hear the noise, and that's already the keycap that unplugged from the hooks. And then you remove the keycap. This is a keycap. This is a scissor mechanism. You can see it just goes like that. And this is a rubber cup. Sometimes your scissor mechanism is broken. Sometimes the rubber spring cup can fall off and or get damaged and not provide the keystroke, and all these things can be pretty much fixed without replacing the whole keyboard. Sometimes this little plastic parts over here can get damaged too, and if one of them will get damaged, then the key wouldn't work correctly after that. So, and next step is to remove a scissor mechanism. Usually it is the same. Sometimes it looks different, but it is all pretty much always looks the same as this one. But sometimes the scissor mechanism is positioned differently. You just need to remember how it was. I would really recommend to either watch some YouTube videos, for example on this channel, or find another videos on YouTube, or take a picture of your exact scissor mechanism and then make it back the same way. So here I would start with this side and simply like push it a little bit, and then this. In many cases, in most of the cases I would say, the key scissor mechanism, you can put it only one way, not another one. So as you can imagine, you can simply rotate it this way, but that way it will not fit. It might start fitting in here, but not gonna fit over here, or vice versa. Then if your key mechanism came apart like that, you might forget really quick how it was. You might try this way or that way, and then you will not be able to place it back. So it is very important initially see how it was before, because even if you will find some videos on YouTube how the keycap is sitting, it might be a different keycap scissor mechanism in your laptop. The same make and model of the laptop might have completely different scissor mechanism that will not work for your laptop. So if you will ever buy somewhere a scissor mechanism or the keycap, you need to really take a look at the pictures and make sure that it is your mechanism you need to have. So right now we'll put it aside and I will show you something else. Next, very usual thing is a rubber spring damage. Sometimes on some laptops it is getting completely broken and then you need to replace it, and believe me, it is still possible to replace it. Sometimes the rubber cup getting detached from its base and just laying around. And if this happens, you would need to glue it to its base. And I will show you now how to do that. So right now, if you're gonna put, sometimes you will open up your keycap and there will be no rubber cup, or rubber cup will just lay around somewhere. That means something is broken and you just need to put it back. You can just put it back and it might even work if you will push on it. But we need to have some sort of permanent solution, and the permanent solution is glue it back. So to glue it back, I would use a piece of paper or some other material where I'm gonna pour a little bit of glue. Here I have some generic clear glue that is like a Gorilla Glue, and I will just dip a little bit of glue here. I have a little tool here that I'm gonna use to grab a rubber cup mechanism. Before I'm gonna drop it into the glue, obviously all rubber cups, all rubber springs inside of the keycap should be that way, because I saw many times some people gluing it upside down for some reason, and it was obviously not working after that. So I'm gonna grab it now lightly, dip it into the glue just a little bit, that the only sides of the button will be pressed into the glue. Drop it here, take my screw gun and hold it, and maybe touch it a little bit here just to make sure it is sitting well in a on a keyboard. And all we need to do now is wait until the glue will dry out. And the last step now, once this thing is glued and not moving and everything sits back how it was before, you have to put your scissor mechanism and the keycap back into the place. And it is also usually goes only one way. Before placing it back, I would show you that it is working. We're pressing on the button and it's completely works. All you need to do is just put just a little bit, tiny amount of glue, and stick it back and wait for like a couple, 2, 3, 4 hours, and it will start working again. So now I'm going to place it back here. Simply slide in first here and then click it here. Same goes with the keycap now. I mean, scissor mechanism is working now. We can even try it and it works. And here you see one's going stick in and another two are sliding in. So sliding in go here first and then they're sticking here. So slide in and then stick in. All other videos about keycaps you can watch on my channel that you will see at the end of this video.